Good morning. Welcome to the day after yesterday. What a crazy evening. Oh my God, you guys. First of all, I just want to thank all of you guys for joining us at our live stream last night. We had record numbers, so that was really cool. I know you guys could have spent last night in a ton of different streams. Thank you for joining ours. We really appreciate you guys. Had such a good time. So anyway, so I woke up this morning and I see Shantel has got a new video for us to watch. It's called Keemstar, Meet the Clowns in Your Circus, Trigger Warning. I listened to this morning. She does use FFG's full name. She does have a clip in here from, I believe, Sam's Bar Lounge. The clip is of Nader and DeeDee, and Nader is committing domestic violence on DeeDee. In the clip, you don't see it, but you hear it. And then you hear like the next couple minutes after that. So I'm going to be skipping over that part because I think Chantel's a piece of crap for putting that in here. She knows exactly what she's doing. And if I were DeeDee, I would strike this video 1,000% because I would not want my video on the internet like that of someone hitting me. That's just, it goes so beyond the line, and it just really shows you what Shantel is like. So anyway, I'm going to be skipping over that part. Otherwise, I've got her at 1.25 speed, so let's watch.
Bonjour les amis. Hello. I have some things I want to talk about.
Why would you say good morning, friend, like the friends? Why wouldn't you say bonjour mes amis? Like, good morning, my friends. She can't even speak French. I'm not even fucking Canadian, and I know.
About the YouTube Underground and Rage Potato FFG being on Lolcat Live. Just gonna put it out there. Keem, you really ran a circus, a clown show. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. You have no idea who these people are, so you're gonna learn today, okay? First, I just want to say, okay,
she has been crying. She is extra swollen and she can't even, her mouth is so dry and she just keeps swallowing really hard. She's obviously been crying. Her blood pressure is probably through the roof at this stage. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't stroke out soon, to be honest.
My entire point, as usual, what I said, as usual, was completely misconstrued. I've said a million times that I was mad at myself about what happened. I shouldn't have allowed myself to go up there, and I shouldn't have allowed you to look at my pictures. You probably would have done it anyways. The fact that kid behind the camera is taking, you know, a gleeful joy and is laughing at the fact that he tastelessly was the one who distributed my picture, even if it was on my OnlyFans in the past.
It wasn't on her OnlyFans because she originally posted the moose knuckle picture that everyone was talking about on her community tab post on YouTube for everyone to see. This was during Huber Age, and her chat was like, you should not post that picture on your community tab post. She was drunk, right? So she didn't realize probably what she was doing. So she took it down. But that picture was on her community tab post for the world to see. So no, it wasn't behind a paywall on OnlyFans. It was on your community tab post on YouTube. So again, lie number one.
That's my opinion. I don't think it's right to do to a woman. I don't think it's right. And a part of me feels like you guys don't give a shit about that. And that is why I didn't think that I would be good for the show. Okay.
Do you want to bet if Yaba or FFG's vagina picture was around, do you think she wouldn't look at that picture and mock them ceaselessly? She would.
Nothing personal. Whatever. Do you. All right. At this point in my life, I'm not the person I was that these people go up on panel and bring up. I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, you are.
I still swear a lot and I still sin, whatever. But
so you still swear, you still sin, you're still hateful, you still hate everybody, you're still a bully, you still dox people. So again, she's gonna say FFG's real name in this. So how have you changed? What exactly, besides the costume you're wearing, what exactly has changed? Zip. You're just in Satan's butthole right now. Quietly languishing away.
I've moved on from that part of my life. I'm 40 and
clearly
it's just not a headspace. It's not entertaining for me really anymore. I thought that maybe it would be, considering my past and, you know, my the status as a lolcow, whatever. I really don't feel like I am a lolcow anymore. I feel like I don't really do much.
I thought she was one of the originals, and those were her words. I'm one of the originals. And then Tina was like, no, you're not. She's like, yeah, I am. Now you don't think you're a lolcow? Honey, you are the biggest lolcow, and your ass got handed to you last night. All of your friends could not keep up. Ugh.
I'm kind of boring now, but whatever. I eat in a hijab. I travel, do things around Kuwait, whatever. So
no, you don't.
My point is, I'm not surprised at all that this is. I knew this was going to happen. This panel, this blah blah blah. All right, my haters are piranhas, and any opportunity they're going to leech off of it, and that's kind of what you guys are doing. So, anyways, and let me use this analogy. In the court of law, there's a judge, which would be you, Keem.
This is her attempt at trying to get a burn in, and watch how she fumbles for this shit. I'll tap it back.
Anyways, and let me use this analogy. In the court of law, there's a judge, which would be you, Keem, because it's your show. There's a defendant, and there's the opposite side of that.
Again, this is a recorded video. She obviously edited. There's lots of jump cuts. Woof, Shantel. Isn't she supposedly true crime madam? She doesn't know there's a defendant and a plaintiff? Holy fuck.
There's the person doing the accusing, then there's a defendant, and you really just listen to one side and we're like, oh wow, that's insane, about everything they said, when it was pretty much all lies.
No, it's not. And that's what bothers you, is the fact that there is proof for everything that they were saying. Aside from Yaba saying she was friends with your mom, which, by the way, that killed me. Yaba, that freaking killed me. Okay, my chat went nuts. Anyway, so there's a proof for everything they say. And that's what you don't like.
Like, number one, I'm dying of laughter because I knew if FFG and Yaba, being the disgusting fat cowards they are, went on any panel, they're not going to cam up. Please do me a favor. Please ask them to cam up the next time they come on.
I just want to say one thing. I knew when, my chat and I were talking about, as we were kind of pre-gaming this before the live stream started last night, we talked about if they're going to have to get on camera. I knew the second they didn't get on camera that was what Shantel and Yo Mama and those losers were going to grab onto. I was like, that's going to give them some kind of traction, because that's all they have, is that these women don't get on camera. So I really wished they would have, just to shut them up. It's their choice. Obviously, I would have gotten on camera just to listen, Shantel got on camera. She's the ugliest of the land. So they had nothing to worry about. But next time, I hope they do get on camera, because it would be just a big F you to Shantel, because that's the only thing that she held on to with that.
This is what FFG looks like. The fact that they say that they talk shit about my behavior is bullshit. There's nothing to talk about now.
Yeah, there is. Look at this.
They have the nerve. I heard Yaba say that I bully her. I bully her. I bully you? Look at her channel.
Yeah. At least Yaba is honest about her channel. Just because your live streams don't have the word Yaba or her picture in it doesn't mean you don't spend hours and hours and video after video talking about her and her children over and over and over again. At least she admits it. Yeah, I make videos about Shantel. What about it? Who cares? At least she doesn't try to hide it in your freaking live streams.
Do I have thousands of videos on these women?
Yes.
These creatures? No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes.
What I do is I defend myself and match their energy. These people have been bullying me for years.
Again, Chantal's got 105 subscribers, and Yaba and FFG have a fraction of that. How is someone with such a smaller platform bullying someone with a large platform? How does that work? How are you being bullied? Please explain.
I mean, I consider the source, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings.
Sure it does.
They're cowards. They don't cam up. Show your fat faces.
Shantel, do you cry a lot? I bet you do. I think you cry a lot. And you cry a lot about FFG and Yaba. I think they make you cry a lot. I think that's what we're seeing. She's just lashing out She wants a hug. She wants desperately to be friends with Yaba and FFG, but she has gone so far. Like, if Yaba or FFG reached out like an olive branch to Chantal, I say 1,000,000,000% she would take it. If she could be like assured that it wouldn't be like a troll, 1,000%, I think she would have absolutely, like, she would be friends with them. And that's the sad thing.
It's unbelievably hypocritical and hilarious to me that Boogie, who's bigger than me, I'm 349 pounds.
What does that matter? What does that matter if he's bigger than you? It doesn't take away the fact that he thinks you're fat, that you are fat. I mean, you know you're fat. What does his weight have to do with your weight?
Myself in Thailand. I've weighed myself in at the doctor's. I've weighed myself several times here, but they say it's a rigged scale. There's always some kind of bullshit with no proof, okay? So if that's your entertainment, just a believing stupid shit for whatever, if that's what you're into, fine. But you must know some things about these people too, okay? First of all, Yaba is a scab of YouTube. Her skeletons outweigh mine any day of the week.
Really? What has Yaba done?
I'm trying to think of some things that they accused me of. I'd never smoked crack in my life.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You smoked crack, you were doing meth, and you have a meth pipe burn mark on your lip, which, by the way, Keemstar totally botched that. They had a picture of Shantel like this. You couldn't see the burn mark. Those guys are not that swift, are they?
First of all of these things that they're talking about were from more than 3 years ago, or about
2 years ago.
3 years ago, okay? This guy,
Why don't you just tell the truth? It was in 2022. Why do you have to lie? Again, liar, liar, panties on fire.
Saying that they say I chased around. First of all, I went through, and it's all documented. Go look up Sam's Bar Lounge video. Actually, I'll play the clip for you.
I'm not going to play this clip. This is the clip that she posted of DeeDee getting slapped. She's a piece of crap for posting this, and I don't want that known. Yeah, let's just skip that. I don't want to see his ugly ass face, and I don't want to hear DeeDee get abused, because that to me is not a good time. That's why I think that Shantel has never been hit by a man, by Nader especially. I don't believe it. That's why.
Forged documents at the police station. That's a fucking...
I'm sorry, but if Shantel had ever had a video of audio, anything, where she was being hit by Nader, I would not endorse that. I don't care who it is getting hit by someone, especially on YouTube. I don't think it belongs on YouTube. That's a serious freaking thing. And if you think it's a joke like she does, probably means it's never happened to you. That's why I think she has never been hit by Nader. Maybe they had some rough sex, but I think they were both into it, and she used that as an excuse of him hitting her. I don't know why anyone would believe this woman. Anybody. Anything she says, don't believe it. She's insane. Look at her right now, lying when we were there and lived that with her.
Lie. That's a bullshit lie. I went to charge him because he was abusing me, just like you saw in that video.
Context, we were live streaming with her. Someone told her, she found out that DeeDee and Nader were going to go and report her to the police. So what did she do on a live stream? She was so happy, smug, bloated tick like you've never seen, smiling all the way to the police station, all the way, thinking, oh, I'm gonna get them before they can get me. She was giddy, she was excited, and then she went in. When she came out, her entire attitude changed. She was that's another reason why I do not think she has ever been physically assaulted by Nader. I really don't. When that happens, you're not excited to go to the police station. You're not happy and giddy because you have to spill your guts about something that happened to you that was fucking horrific. And it's not fucking funny. I don't know why the fuck she would post this in here. But anyway, again, we were there with her on the live stream. The reason she went to the police was because she wanted to get them before they could get her. And that's it.
When this was happening, I talked about everything he did to me. He gave me STDs. He financially abused me. He emotionally...
How the fuck did Nader financially abuse her? She was the one that paid for everything. You are a A lying liar who lies. I just can't believe what I'm hearing in this video. He financially abused her. You financially abused him. You tried to buy his affection and he didn't want your freaking money. He got tired of even keeping you around. This woman is insane. Again, documentary, a real one, coming soon.
He abused me. He was cheating with hookers, which is how he gave me an STD, and I didn't know. He beat me. He
did not beat you. Look at her eyes. Watch that again.
He was cheating with hookers, which is how he gave me an STD, and I didn't know. He beat me.
No, he didn't.
Burnt cigarettes out on me.
No, he didn't.
And the fact that they're just up there, that's what they do. They're vile. So to say that I'm the vile person, when they're literally victim shaming somebody who's been in an abusive relationship.
You're not a victim. Nader was more of the victim than you. Shantel, you could have sat on him and crushed him to death. How the frick were you in danger? Honest to God. Why, because you can't walk? So you thought he could hurt you because you can't waddle away? That's your fault. You had a car. He had no car. The guy couldn't even stalk her if he tried. He had no license, no car. Like, woof.
Relationship. So what happened was I was in love with this person, okay? And then
he didn't love you back.
They're not abusive right away, you know? I fell in love with this person, unfortunately, and I've never had experience with being in an abusive relationship in my life before like that.
And you still haven't.
You know, I've always been, before that I was in like 14 years of like with decent people. I mean, I've had some bad apples here and there, but nothing long term. So he's a narcissist.
And whose fault was that? You dated him for about 4 or 5 days out of that 2-year period that you were with him, 2 years-ish. So tell us again.
Abuser. So he's vile. He's actually in court right now for essay of an elderly person. So they believe.
Let's talk about. Do you want to talk about that, guys? The essay of May that she's talking about? Yeah. The one that you gave the fake alibi. That Nader was not. He couldn't have done that, right? Again, it's all documented. Every single breath that she took during that time period. It's all on the internet.
The person he's with now, as you've seen, is abused. They believe that the elderly woman could be abused, but not me, because they hate me. So,
you weren't abused because you were chasing him. You weren't abused because you gleefully went to the police to fuck him overboard before he could fuck you over. You weren't abused because you just showed DeeDee getting abused in this video, present day. Again, the date is what? December 13th? Hey, it's Friday the 13th. Go figure. 2024 that you just posted. You were never a victim of physical violence by Nader, and I'll stand by that.
Anything to fit their narrative, right? Now, I went to the police station and I never filed a false report. Prove it. You have not seen the report.
We were fucking there when you filed the report. Gaslighting queen. Now we're sharing the same dream.
When I wanted to retract the report, I said that I told the police that.
This is actually the retraction request email, but they didn't accept it right away. Hi, Mr. Gruel. Upon further thought, I would like to retract my statement. I mean, those things did happen, but I find the possibility of a legal battle very overwhelming, especially since I don't think my mental health can take this. I also have no proof. My word against his, and again, my mental health dealing with him in a battle cannot handle this. There's also the fact, and I hate this so much to admit this, that I am still in love with him even though he did all of these horrible things I am accusing him of. I care about him and don't want to press charges on him. I'm so sorry. Can you imagine being a detective and opening that email? So it's like, I'm in love with him. You are such a loser, Shantel. You just she needs PR, and by PR I mean someone who actually knows what they're doing. Like, she doesn't need Yo Mama and what's that creepy guy gaining ground. She doesn't need them. She needs an actual professional to do some damage control, because she is just throwing her career, whatever she has left of it, just in the trash. Wow.
I was mentally ill and I wasn't remembering the facts correctly and I was exaggerating them, which was not true. Actually, the first time I filed the report, everything was true. Everything. I don't even know why I'm bothering.
Didn't she just say she didn't file it? Okay.
Defending myself. This is like the only video I'm going to make about this. And
Sure.
then you guys can keep having your clown show. I don't care. Whatever. I'm moving on with my life.
Sure.
I don't like talking about this person anymore.
Take another drink, big girl.
And the whole 2 years that I was going through this, they were making my life hell with their reaction videos, with their victim shaming, just being disgusting. So, FFG wants to talk about doxing. There's actually screenshot proof, and somebody is going to send it to me, that in her
That's Hecate.
Discord, she doxes people, and she's gotten her Twitter banned many times for doxing people.
She didn't get her Twitter banned for doxing people this time.
The dox that she's talking about was years ago, and she was using a Google burner phone, which she even admitted to using a burner phone number. It wasn't even her real phone number. And she got into a tiff with this guy that I was with, the abuser, and he basically was like, you know, if you love me, you know, go after her, blah, 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 kind of thing. And
I love how she... Jesus. We all know the lore. FFG tried to warn her about this guy because she found out he had stabbed a couple people, and she tried to warn Shantel. She was on Chantal's side, trying to give her a lookout, like, hey, careful, this guy's nuts. And what did Shantel do? Doxed her. So how did that story go, Shantel?
of course, took his side. I was completely blinded, but she was very invasive. She was very invasive with her videos about the situation. She was just very disgusting. And so I showed messages and I held the phone up and it accidentally showed her number. And
Accidentally.
I felt bad about that. It was an accidental dox, and I even offered, it's on camera, to change her number and pay for it. They ignore that though. So anyway,
It's okay that you dox someone because you offered to pay for it, right? You think money could just fix everything, even though you don't have any now, which is really funny. I love that for you.
these women are deplorable. They're worse. They're 100 times worse. They project. They're gaslighting. Their audience are just a bunch of zombies because they hate me. So yeah, because they lie to their audience about everything.
I'm not a zombie. I have a mind of my own. I don't agree with everything Yaba does or says. There's a lot that I don't agree with. There's a lot that I do agree with. Because I'm a person and I have my own feelings and thoughts. Unlike you, who just literally are reading a script your mama wrote you before you went on this video.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
Jesus.
What do you even, at one point someone was talking about, Yaba was talking about McDonald's. Like, what the fuck? Where is, I want proof that I give all my money to him. Because what you don't know is that before I met him, he had his own place. Like,
Now she's talking about Salah. You gave him $9,000, madam.
Was established here. If you look up the laws of Kuwait, okay? If you're smart people, you cannot live in Kuwait as an expat.
Look at how flushed she is through the max filter. Look at her cheeks, how pink they are. She is gonna pop like a tick.
A Syrian expat living in Kuwait, unless you have a job. He was here. You need a work visa.
Shut the fuck up. Wasta. You don't need a work visa. There are ways around that, don't you? There are ways, if there's ways around you staying in that country the way you are, then there's ways around fucking living in that building as a married couple. There's ways around doing this on this visa and that on that visa, right? You admitted you commit those kind of crimes. So anybody could commit them if you know the right people, idiot.
All right. So he has his own business. He's in business partnership with a Kuwaiti and some other people. He has to have money to be here. There's no homeless people in Kuwait for that reason. None. All right.
You're bankrolling him. How much do you want to bet she just gives him how much do you want to bet she gives him an allowance in terms of how much, like a paycheck? Holy shit, man, your life is bleak.
So he had his own place, bachelor, whatever. He had his own car. He still has his own place in his own car. Because yes, I have debts that I'm taking care of with my...
Because you paid for it. He still has his own place in his own car because you paid for it. Never have I ever paid a guy to be with me. Never have I ever, never would I ever.
YouTube income, which, by the way, Social Blade is wrong. It's not $500 a month. Please, you think I would be on here for $500 a month? No.
I thought you don't care about that, right? Don't you say you don't care how your channel does? You don't care if it's boring as long as you have your little Beezer army. That's all that matters to you. But you wouldn't be here for So if you only had made $500 a month, would you still be here? Would you abandon your Beezers? Are you only here because they pay for the membership?
I don't give him shit. Like, we're married, and anyway, it's not anyone's business.
That means yes. Look at her face. Yes, she 100% gives him all of his money. What a life to live. I'm so jealous.
Keem, do you give your wife money? You know, I'm sure people say the same thing about you. And Boogie, too. Do you think Desi is with you because you're good looking?
Are you just admitting that what's his name? That shit man? Oh, Salah. Salah is only with you because you pay him. Obviously, look at you. He wouldn't be with you otherwise. Do you see how she just tells on herself? She can't. She's not smart enough to do this. Shantel, stop making these videos if you want your channel to go anywhere. Because holy fuck, dude. You don't know what you're doing.
Both have money. You both have clout. So why are you shaming me for that? Anyway, it's all false shit. So the things that you're like, yeah, get her over, it's not a win that you think it is, because it's all BS. You know, I have done some pretty outlandish things years ago, like I said.
How about this one where you just showed your hated ex's wife getting hit? That's pretty fucking heinous. That's on the top 5 things you've ever done that disgusted me. This is one of them. Good job.
And since reverting to Islam, I've been struggling with completely changing as a person. But you don't know how sociopathic these women are, especially FFG. Of course, I threaten legal action. And you know what this woman does? Just watch one of her streams. There's no talent. There's no camming up. It's just...
Are you talented? What talent do you... Sorry. What talent do you bring to the table?
Sitting there pausing the spacebar and fat shaming me when she's got 12 chins herself, all right? This woman is Danny DeVito, Batman from Batman, all right? The Penguin from Batman.
Why do you use the insults people insult you with for other people? Do you have nothing original? I mean, pregnant Buzz Lightyear. That's funnier than Danny DeVito, because everyone calls you Danny DeVito. God, are you fucking lame.
She has no place. Make her cam up, please. Make her cam up. Just...
What is that going to do? You know what she looks like. What is that going to do? She'll fucking destroy you verbally. She'll cam up or not. She'll verbally destroy you. You can't even handle yourself talking by yourself. There's like literally no one else around her. She can't even get it out on a recorded video alone.
Do it. She won't do it. At least I show my fat self, right? So anyway,
look at her.
This woman is insane. I
look at her. She's like
regularly to Canada because you know it's where I'm from with my family. She on my live stream would take note of my backgrounds, the stores in the backgrounds, and she would then drive down to my hometown where I was, go to stores that I shop at and show them a picture and ask if I shopped there just for content. So for example, I always smoked weed. In Canada it's legal.
You smoked weed a couple months ago in Thailand. Don't lie.
Here it's not, but when I would go back to Canada, I would smoke. And I went to a dispensary, and I didn't tell anybody about it, because why do I have to? Why do I have to tell you what I'm doing every minute?
You don't have to tell anybody anything.
Of the day. You know, why would I tell people that? Like, I don't know. So they suspect, oh, she's high, whatever. I don't know what the point of that was, but who cares? So she thought to prove it, she would stalk me and drive from Montreal to my hometown, more than an hour away, about an hour.
Is that a long journey? Shantel, you've driven to the different country for fast food, so I don't think you should be shaming anybody driving like an hour to a dispensary. I don't think it's a big deal.
Go to the dispensary with her psycho ass, show a picture of me, and say, did this woman shop here? Almost costing someone their job.
Here's another lie. Shantel, she just said that FFG almost cost someone her job, and look at how smug she is. That is not what happened. When Shantel found out that FFG went to that dispensary, Shantel called the dispensary trying to get the girl who supposedly talked to FFG at the store fired. She threatened the manager. I think she even went on, like, I don't know if it was like Yelp or whatever Canada has for that shit. Left a terrible review. Like, she was awful. Shantel said that, listen to this, of course, the girl that FFG talked to at the dispensary was one of Shantel's bullies in high school. Well, isn't that a small world? Chantal tried to get the girl fired, not FFG. Lying liar who lies.
But I'm the crazy stalker. All right, yeah. So she's what she keeps holding over my head is this whole I doxed her fake Google number years ago. That was years ago, and it was an accident. And I
It doesn't matter. You still did it. You clutch pig. You still did it.
offered to change her number. So what? What now? Anyway, there's so much more, and to sit here and accuse me of being a doxer, but in the next breath, Yabba Scabba is gonna laugh at the fact that Marty targeted my mother, who had no dog in this fight, no horse.
Chantal, Marty is not Yaba. People can do things to you and people can find them funny, but it's not that they did them. Yaba didn't go after your mom. Okay? You seem to think that just because people laugh at the crazy things some people do on the internet means that Yaba did it. No. It's funny because it happened to you. Like, just like you would think it'd be funny if it happened to her, right? Do you see how that works? She is the dumbest person I've ever seen.
In this race, the shit he did to her was awful. In the middle of the night, when my mom was sleeping, because she has a life and she needs to work, would send escorts to her home. Like, it's dangerous shit. Like,
that's not really dangerous. That's fucking funny. If someone sent escort to my house, that's not really dangerous. I'd be like, I would invite them in, make them a cup of tea, and have a conversation because I happen to think sex workers are interesting as fuck. But anyway, that's not dangerous.
Things that only people who are inbred would laugh at. It's funny that you call me Funko. Like, what even, like, something a 10-year-old would laugh at. Like, my mom after my uncle, and that, there's literal proof of who my dad is.
Can we just laugh at the fact that Yaba got Chantal to say that her mom effed her uncle? Hold on.
Like, things that only people who are inbred would laugh at. It's funny that you call me Funko. Like, what even, like, something a 10-year-old would laugh at. Like, my mom after my uncle, and that.
My mom effed my uncle. I just hear Yaba's soundbite in that. Fuck.
There's literal proof of who my dad is.
My dad's my uncle. My dad's my uncle.
It's online. Easy. I can't. I'm sorry, Keem. I can't with dumb people. I'm sorry. But if anyone is inbred, Yaba, it's you. You are straight from the movie Deliverance.
Yaba is adorable. You're picking the worst pictures. I think she's cute. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares what we look like? You guys, we're all decaying matter. Decaying organic matter. Okay? None of us are spring chickens anymore. We've all been around the block. We know all of the terrible things that people have done. Okay. But we're still here. Still here. Who cares what she looks like? If you don't want people to bring up your looks, why do you bring up other people's?
You rabid chipmunk hillbilly. Like, you sound inbred. You look inbred, huh, Shantel? You're projecting. I've proven so many times that I don't pay for shit here. I pay for my debts back in Canada. By the way, Wings, you're wrong. Maybe do some research. But I cannot escape my tax debt. I can't just run here and be like, I'm not going to pay Canada. No, that doesn't work that way. You have to.
So how are you affording your lifestyle in Kuwait, plus your fake temporary husbands, plus all that tax debt? How does that, I mean, look, how does that work? How are you affording all this? It's got to be like a monkey on her back. Listen, I dealt with student loans from college, and I know what that could be like. It makes you feel like you pay and it just gets bigger. The debt is bigger. It's like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? So I understand what that's like to have that feeling of like a monkey on your back, like financially. How is she affording the tax debt? I mean, I don't know how Canada is, but the US doesn't fuck around. You don't pay your taxes. You go to jail. Like, ask Wesley Snipes. Ask Lauryn Hill what happens when you don't pay your taxes. Like, seriously. Love me, Lauryn Hill.
Pay taxes. And because Kuwait doesn't have a tax treaty with the U.S. and the YouTube is a U.S.-based company, I have to pay taxes.
Good.
So no, I didn't run away from anything. I ran away to escape shitty stalkers, but also I fell in love with somebody and moved here. And if he was wanting to milk me for YouTube money, he would want me to do the show. Make it make sense. I told him how much you guys make.
His parents, but his father would probably cut him off from the family if you were on that show. That's probably the only reason why he doesn't want to be any more humiliated than you already made him. Even though he did it to himself. Like, listen, I'm not blaming Shantel for the sick kinks that Salah has. That's his own nasty, dirty mess. But I mean, let's be fair, right?
On Walkout Live, and potentially I could make just as much, because look at the views I'm bringing you. If I were to engage on a regular basis with this lowbrow shit, please. But
I love the lowbrow. What the fuck is your content? What are you calling lowbrow? I love the fact that we were so happy. My chat was cheering on the ones that were in Keemstar's chat, that they were like, we wouldn't come here if we don't raw dog Shantel. Keemstar laughed his ass off at that, because it's true. If she was on the show, there's no way we would watch it. The reactors would just snipe that screen, and that's it. No one's gonna watch you on there. You're not gonna make them the money that they want. They're here. We're here for us. We're not here for Shantel, right? Like, we're here for us. I can't tell you how proud I was of Yaba, even though I don't know her that well. I've watched her for years. I've sent her artwork and things. We've had quite a laugh. But anyway, like, it's just, we're here for that. We're not here for you. Like our audience last night, you guys were here to see us and like have fun. Like, we're not here to really see Shantel, you know? It's great.
he said never, because he cares about me, my mental health, and my journey to becoming a better Muslim, and trying to build a newer audience on different content, travel content. I have a lot of videos up of me traveling.
She just posted again last night that she's not going to do any more travel vlogs for a while, so I don't know.
Back and forth, Canada, Kuwait, very interesting if you want to watch those.
We don't give a shit about your couples channel. You ruined that. You ruined it for yourself, like everything else. You said you were gonna fucking have people copyright striked if they touched your videos. Good. How's it feel now? No one's gonna watch them.
Would want me to do the show if he didn't care about me, and all he cared about was money. He doesn't need my money.
He doesn't care about you.
To live in this building, you have to show your bank account and show that you have money and that you have a job. To get a car here, the same thing.
But there's WASTA. So if you could fool the government and fuck around with your visa, you think you can't fool your fucking idiot landlord? Like, that's what I mean. It's the stupidest fucking argument. You admitted that you fucking committed WASTA. Why wouldn't you commit WASTA in your apartment building? Why wouldn't you commit WASTA to get a car? It's the same shit, you dumbass. You dumb dummy.
There's no proof, is my point, of any of these baseless, rumors. And I find it funny because Yaba's with someone who's literally gay for pay. But whatever.
She just said, listen to that again. Listen to that nice thing she just said.
And I find it funny because Yaba's with someone who's literally gay for pay.
Hey, Sam, I didn't know you were gay for pay. Jeez. How does that work? How does that work, Shantel? You sloppy pig.
But whatever. So,
gay for pay. God.
The fact that someone like FFG, looking like she does, look shames me it calls out my behavior. What behavior? Me eating on camera, when they do eat like that behind the camera, because this bitch claims to eat.
No, people don't eat like you eat. I have never seen people. Listen, I've known some fat bitches in my life. I used to know a guy when I was a kid. I don't know how much. Look, when I was like 5 years old, he looked like he was a monster. I don't know. I haven't seen him when I was an adult, so I don't know what he looks like now. He's dead now, but like, I just remember he scared me. And he was the father of one of my friends, one of close friends of mine. And he would come home from work when I would be there hanging out with her. And I was just terrified of him because he was so big. And I mean, he was Shantel big. I don't know, again, how much he actually weighed, but he was huge and he was like Shantel. So again, why are you making fun of anybody?
Pineapple. And look, the last time she cammed up, this picture, 2 years ago. What do you think she looks like now? She's like Dorian Gray. I'm sorry. No way. Make her cam up. If she's gonna talk shit, it's only fair. I'm just saying, before you just accept it as truth, do a little more research into the people you're letting on.
I'm sure he will. And there's video evidence to back everything up they talked about on the show last night. So, okay. There we go.
Your show. And that's what drives them nuts, and that's why they hate. Because I'm trying to be a better person, They don't have that old me that they can drag when I was in an abusive relationship, when I became addicted to drugs, which I don't find funny. I don't find that funny. So
I think it's funny. You know why? Because you're a horrible fucking person. And you show no sympathy or empathy for anybody else, not even your fucking beezers. Okay, I see you when you're in your chat and someone says something really terrible to you. You couldn't give a shit less. I'm not a big fan of trauma dumping. Like, I don't need to know everyone's like major problems, but like if someone takes the time out to write a thoughtful comment or an email or something, whatever, and you just gloss over it, that's terrible, because those people are spending the time and probably the money super chatting you and being in your membership group and all that crap, and you can't even muster up the energy to pretend to care. Like, someone would be like, my grandmother died last night. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi, Travonda. Like, it's just, she is the most disingenuous person I've ever met in my life. Ever. For her to talk shit about anybody, for anyone who thinks that this woman has any redeemable qualities, you're probably just like her. Let's call a spade, right? Like, you're like her then. If you think she's good, stay on that side. I don't want you over here.
FFG was in a very similar situation, so I don't know why she's even talking about someone else's abusive relationship. She was with someone who was worse than Nader. She was in an abusive relationship. Actually,
and that's why she tried to warn you about him. I don't understand her. I hate it when women get pissed off when people try to warn them and it turns out to be true. You should 100% go back and thank her for telling you. If you were so abused, she was telling you the truth. You fucked up. You doxed her. She put her ass on the line trying to help you. And that's how you treated her. I'd steal your cat too.
If you go on Kiwi Farms, FFG, also known as Anne-Marie Feldman, has 9 evictions. 9. And this bitch wants to talk about my financial situation that I have nothing to show. You sit there in your lonely, smoky apartment, sounding like you have stage 5 emphysema, smoking out your dog and stolen cat, and have nothing.
Let's talk about, what was it, yesterday, where she was smoking cigarettes in the living room with Julia? Yeah, okay.
Nothing. You still have the shitty van you had when you stalked me 2 years ago. You still have a computer with no web camera. I really don't understand where you come off. You sound like a huge fat hypocrite that you are. Like,
listen, if FFG didn't want to get on camera, that's it. She didn't get on camera. Everyone's got a camera. Who cares? If she got on camera, then what? You're going to call her ugly? You think Keemstar is going to sit there and let you call her ugly if she can't call you ugly? Like, what do you expect it to happen? You weren't even there, you puss. You're a puss. He reached out to you. You didn't want to do the show because you're scared of FFG.
And before they bring up again, oh, she's an abuser, this is her next thing. If she can't get me on the doxing her number 2 years ago, which is why she says she's going to forever make videos, it's the cat abuse. Now, I've been on YouTube since 2017, and these people have seen me and my pets for years. I've been an amazing pet owner. I would never hurt
An amazing pet owner. Okay. Animal abuser.
Kill myself. I would cut my arm before intentionally harming my animals.
Hey everyone, so here's some songs that I sing regularly to BBJ.
Nope.
And I guess it's
Nope. Nope.
to listen to.
Nope. 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 Nope.
20-year-old cat, 20, that I've had since 2004.
Notice how BBJ, her age changes. I almost said her voice. Her age changes every time Shantel talks about her. One time she's 15, now she's 20. I've heard she was over 21 years old. Now she's back to being 20. Okay, I'm just not sure how old she is. She's like the cat that never dies.
And I had a 5-year-old cat. Now, the older cat, when cats get older, I'll put some insertions here since Siley knows it all, and said that cat's nails don't grow faster. Yes, they do, B. Yes, they do.
I'm not even going to get into this. I'm not going to talk about this because it's just stupid at this point. She abused her animal. That's it.
Really, cats' nails grow faster. And you're going to hear the story again because you keep accusing me of abuse. So fuck you. You'll listen to it. Because
guess what? I'm not.
But she literally invented a whole ass saying she had a lumberjack boyfriend. Yeah, okay. A poster she probably kisses because her face makes men sterile. There's no way. Anyway, So
She's the worst at insults. My God, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what's wrong with her. There's something really wrong with her.
I was planning to go to Kuwait. I had a roommate, Pete. He was going to take care of the cats. He lived with me at the time. Was going to Kuwait for 3 months, okay? That was how long the tourist visa was. So while I was in Kuwait, I video chatted Pete every day to check on my pets. If I was neglectful and didn't care, why would I do that? If I was a neglectful pet owner, the SPCA came to my house 3 or 4 times, at least 3, but I think it was 4, to check on my pets. Every single time, no abuse, no neglect.
Prove it. Prove it. I don't believe you. Prove it.
They left. And they did that because trolls called, because they listened to this outrage from this bee that I wasn't feeding my pets. I don't even know where it comes from. They pull it out of their ass. Anyways, about a month and a half in, I called Pete's on video, and I wanted to see my cat BBJ's nails because they had been cut shortly before going to Kuwait. Now, I know they need to be done usually every 3 weeks. A month would be like pushing it. So that's why I was checking. He picked her up, showed me the claws. They looked okay. They looked a bit long, but I think, like, I couldn't really tell. He couldn't tell either because there was a lot of hair, but they didn't look ingrown or anything, like, from what I could see. Sam's fine, my other cat, my younger cat, because he scratches. So, when I came home from Kuwait, I didn't check her nails right away. I was preoccupied with dealing with...
How does it feel, Shantel, to know that someone had to forcibly take that cat from you to give it a better life because you threatened to kill it? How does that feel? Do you still think about BBJ? Do you ever get like any kind of guilt feeling about all the terrible things that you've done to her and that you could have been such a better pet owner? No? I'm assuming you don't because you never, ever, ever admit when you're wrong.
With all the online bullshit, dealing with moving. I had like a month to move, pack up my whole house, move to another country, trying to decide stressfully what's the best option for my cats. Do I rehome them? What do I do? Bring them on the plane? You know, like, I had a limited time to make decisions. So,
and you decided you were going to have her killed. She was going to have BBJ killed rather than take her to Kuwait or rehome her. And FFG was like, you know what? I can't stand by. I can't stand by and let this woman kill this cat just because she doesn't want to deal with her anymore. So she stepped in, did the right thing.
So eventually, after about maybe a week or so being home, I checked her nails and they were ingrown, like they were ingrown into the pads because she wasn't scratching or anything.
So it took you a week and a half by your account to check her pads, even though you know when you video chatted with Pete's that they were getting really long. Okay, so you waited a week and a half. Okay.
And Sam's nails were not ingrown. So if it wasn't because she was elderly, how was it then that Sam's were fine and hers were not when they were cut at the same time? You know, and immediately when I saw that, I felt...
I hate to tell you this, Shantel, but like some people's nails grow really fast. Some people's nails grow really slow. For some reason, my hair and nails grow really fast. It sucks sometimes, but not everyone's the same. Not every cat's the same. See how that works?
Horrible. I felt like shit, okay?
You should have.
So I made an appointment with her vet to get her taken care of, and I was deciding what to do with her because the last vet appointment she had kidney disease, she had all kinds of issues, arthritis, issues that like an elderly cat would have.
And she never followed up for any care for that cat. Animal abuse. If you don't want a cat, if you don't want your pet, give it to someone who wants to take care of it, who will take care of it. That's it. Just, I can't handle this. I need someone to take care of this. Not I'm going to have my cat killed and bury it in a box or a bag. And then laugh and say, you're not going to tell us. One day we're just not going to see her there. And that's how we're going to know.
And I thought it would be cruel maybe to rehome her with all those issues. And she's been with me for so...
Apparently when FF stole her and took her to the vet, she had a UTI because she had kidney disease and didn't get to take her to the vet myself before she snatched her away for clout. Okay. See, again, this is why Shantel is the biggest idiot in the world because she arranged to have BBJ taken by FFG. But she didn't know it was FFG, but she arranged. So how did she snatch her from you? I'm just curious, like, did FFG sneak into your house all like army style on the floor and then just took the cat when you were sleeping off a meth binge or what? You want to tell us again? Okay.
so long that if the vet examined her and recommended that it would be in her best interest to be euthanized, then that's what I was going to do. Possibly. I didn't even make a decision yet, and this FFG loudmouth bitch was already shaming me for that.
Yeah, because you didn't even go to the vet and you were talking about getting her killed, having her killed. I don't think they put her in a box. Didn't they put her in a bag? Isn't that what you said? You fucking loser.
And here's the kicker. This hoe euthanized her 2 dogs in the same year. Nobody questions that, though. Nobody questions that. So this
I don't know the story. I don't watch FFG that much. I don't know about her dogs. I don't fucking know. But yes, if you have to euthanize pets, I feel bad for her because she doesn't seem like the kind of person that would abuse a pet and have them euthanized for no reason. She literally put her entire reputation on the line to save your cat. So I don't think she would like harm an animal, like harm her dog. She seems to really enjoy dogs. So you implying that she had them killed, even though you were the one threatening to have your cat killed, is fucking nuts. Lady, you're a lunatic.
B. I ended up deciding to rehome her if I could find someone eligible with experience with elderly cats. If I didn't care, I would have just shipped her to anyone. So somebody messaged me on Instagram and kept messaging me. I was ignoring it at first, and they were like, I would really like to take BBJ. They sent me a picture of a house, probably not even theirs, because I asked to see their living conditions, which if I didn't care again, she said, I have experience. I'm a sick person. I have experience taking care of elderly cats. All lies. It was all a decoy of FFGs. This person's a psychopath. I'm telling you, you don't even know it. To come and get the cat. So what she did was she put on a fucking disguise, hid behind a snowbank, came to my house, had her brother come and get the cat, saying it was the husband of this woman that I trusted to take my pet, the pet I've had for 20 years, and she literally stole the cat.
You gave her the cat. Actually, Pete's gave her the cat because you were too fucking lazy to walk down the stairs. Keep that. Shantel supposedly had BBJ for X amount of years, right? She was too lazy to walk down the flight of stairs to hand her cat over. She made Pete's do it. Pete's, who hated that cat. You belong in a mental health facility, madam. There is something seriously wrong with you. I have a pretty good idea of what it is, but I would need to speak to you at length. Anyway, you really do need to go somewhere and talk to a professional because you're insane.
And then she milked it for content and money, and she keeps milking it. She made calendars of the cat. She's like,
didn't she like donate that money to some kind of like animal shelter or some shit? I don't even know.
Stole your cat. She rubs it in, like she, just likes to rub it in there. And I'm the vile person, though, right? I've never done fucking shit like that to anybody in my life.
No. You haven't? You haven't? This is gonna get worse, you guys.
Never. I've said some bad shit when I was drunk about my abuser and his current girlfriend. Yeah, I did that.
You denounced an entire race of people. You were homophobic. You were so dumb and you're so stupid that you didn't realize that someone named Meredith with a Meredith avatar from The Office was trolling you, and you went off on her that she was ugly. It's like, oh my God, you're so fucking stupid.
But no. So yeah, she did that. So and in the messages between me and this lady, I said, I'm going to take my cat to the vet. And she was like, no, I'll do it. Don't worry. I said, are you sure? Because she has embedded nails and I need to take care of it.
Why are you asking FFG if you could take your cat to the vet? That's your fucking cat, stupid ass. Take it to the goddamn vet. You know, the next time she's writhing in pain and Salah should refuse to take her to the fucking hospital. See how you like to suffer. She doesn't want to suffer at all. If she has any discomfort, no matter how small, she will throw the biggest fit. How would you like to be in pain for weeks and months at a time like BBJ was? And you're just herpling around, getting your fucking Starbucks and getting your McDonald's and talking to some fucking loser in Kuwait. And that's how you repay. But you're an amazing pet owner. Fuck right off.
And she was like, no, it's okay. I'll take her. Now you know why? Because she took the cat and she went into the vet and she said, I got this cat from a very badly neglected abuse situation. And of course, that's what the vet writes up on the report, right? They see the nails without knowing the whole context behind it. So
what's the context? There's no context. The nails were overgrown into her pad, and that's it. That's all the vet needs to know. She doesn't need to know why. She doesn't need to know how long. The vet needs to get in there and fix it because the cat's in pain and she's bleeding.
the fact that they say I'm an animal abuser based on this incident, it's ridiculous. And I don't.
You are an animal abuser.
That's it. Me. People who know me and love me know that I take care of my pets. I've loved my pets all those years on camera.
Nobody loves you. It's true. No one loves you. I'm sorry. But no one loves you. I know that sounds really cruel, but you're a terrible person and no one loves you. And this is what happens. Kim, come get your daughter.
And I continue now. My cat, I showed you my cat.
You're the one with 2 dead dogs, FF Gunt. Oh, God, she put the wrong "you're" in there. I learned how to conjugate the word "you're" when I was in 6th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade. And then after I learned how to conjugate the word when I was like, what, 10, 11, I never did it wrong again. 40-year-old high school dropout. Ask Shantel how old she was when she graduated high school. She was fucking 20 years old when she graduated high school. And that's the proof. Kim, Shantel needs to come home. She's sick at school. You need to come pick her up.
That's very well taken care of.
You mean the cat that got an infection because you didn't let her wear her cone like she was supposed to, so her scar got infected? Yeah, we know. Great pet owner. I don't even want to look at that cat because I don't even want to get attached to it. I can't.
So it's just a smear campaign. It's personal. You ask these people if they would ever just let it be bygones, and they're like, no, I hate her. That's your motive right there. She has every motive in the world to be a lying sack of shit, and she's gonna literally...
She actually wrote that and put that in her video. I hate you too.
Just keep her mouth running herself right into the fucking jail. I'm telling you.
She's not going to jail, Shantel. She can't go to jail. It happened 2 years ago. She's not going to jail. Okay, pretty soon the statute of limitations is going to run out, so...
Gonna happen, or a civil suit. I mean, I have so much on her that it's just ridiculous. Like, so...
Really? What is it? Let me show us. This is a video all about her, and this is the circus clowns. Why aren't you mentioning it? If there's so much bad things, like, where are they?
So, please know what you're doing before you have these idiots on. I don't...
Just like he didn't know what he was doing when he had you on. He had no idea who you were. He just thought you were some fat bitch on the internet who eats on camera. Little did he know. See, that's the funny part, because everyone's like, why do you guys hate this woman? Get to know her. And that's what they got to know you. And I fucking love it.
Expect anything more from this show. I wouldn't expect anything, at all. Like, you're taking the word of somebody who's a complete psychopath. Shaming me for my finances when she literally was evicted 8 times. Can you imagine that?
How dare she shame me for my finances? She was evicted 8 times. Can you imagine that? You can't make this up. You really can't. This woman is insane.
Look how live. I've never been evicted. Imagine being evicted going to court for even once is a lot. So 8 or 9 times, and all the documents.
I hope none of her beezers have ever had problems with their rent. Because I'd be offended if I was paying this fat pig to join her chat, and she just made fun of people who have a problem with paying their rent. I've had to go to court for things like that. It's just like, bitch, you're not even allowed to have your own lease. Nobody will lease anything. Go try to get a car by yourself right now, Shantel. Good luck. Good luck. Try to get a bank loan or a car loan or a mortgage. Fuck, try to get a credit card right now in your own name. Can you get one in Kuwait? Bet you can't get one in Canada.
Court versus Anne-Marie Feldman. Court versus Anne-Marie Feldman. All on Kiwi Farms. Yeah, I'm a messy person. I am weird. I can laugh at myself, but...
You can't even tell the truth to yourself, so no.
The OnlyFans thing is a part of my past that I'm not actually comfortable with, and I didn't realize that till after I was on the show. I wasn't actually threatening anybody with the FBI on the Lolcow Live show. If I threatened anybody, it was the person distributing
Look at her eyes.
the pictures. And yeah, there's probably nothing I can do about it. And
she's fucking manic.
so go ahead, like, revel in the fact that you're a shitty human being for doing that to somebody trying to move on from their past and shaming them for their private parts or shaming their nudes. Like, it's just insane to me when I'm sure that kid behind the camera, Wings, Boogie, all of you.
Is she gonna cry?
Probably Tina. You probably don't look any better.
She's gonna cry.
They're naked, okay? So just take yourself down a notch. And the fact, what does that tell you? The fact that I knew she wouldn't show her face. I said, there's no way that FF Gunt is gonna go on panel. And Scabba, Dabba Doo-Doo, they're not gonna go on panel because they're not gonna show their faces. They're cowards. She has the nerve to say that I lie about my weight loss journey. Losing weight is not easy, Boogie. You should know that.
Yeah, losing weight is not easy. It's hard. You haven't been able to do it in 8 years. Because you're not even trying. But who the fuck cares? That's the least interesting thing about you is that you're fucking 400 pounds. You're a fucking animal. Like, you're a loser. And you don't realize it, and we're all making fun of you. I made a channel just to make fun of you because it's fun. Shit. I'd be doing this myself, but now I just have a camera in my face, so.
When you have an eating disorder, documented eating disorder and food addiction, and
that you're monetizing, which is sick.
Being fat doesn't make you a bad person.
No, but being a bad person makes you a bad person.
It makes you a person that you should strive to be better than yourself. But we all have issues. By the way, Yaba's history is even more darker than that. You should look at her.
Here we go.
Thread. Her and her wife have bullied somebody with mental illness. They deleted themselves. I'm not saying that's the reason, but it didn't help. Her husband came on.
So you're implying that someone died because Yaba and her wife bullied someone. That's a pretty fucking serious claim. That is defamation. That is crazy. You better watch your ass, Shantel. You're fucking with the wrong people now. Now Keemstar is aware of Yaba. And I think they liked Yaba. She's stealing your spot, bitch.
On camera announcing her death because she was defending me. They went after her and ambushed her, and she already had mental illness.
Of course she had mental illness. She was following you.
I
have no idea who this
her husband came on.
person
She
is.
has 5 or 6 kids she left behind, and he was crying about it and saying, hinting that the bullying didn't help, and they didn't believe it. So Yaba and her wife called the funeral home to make sure that she was dead. Yeah, lovely people you have on your panel talking about how I'm evil.
I have no idea about that. I don't follow the inner workings of. I don't care about the chatters and their lives. Like, I don't care. I'm here to watch Chantal, so whatever.
Yaba has kids with an actual pedophile. Her baby daddy, it was recently found out because of leaked court documents that he was a pedophile. He was arrested for being caught in bed with his pants down with a 4-year-old child.
Can we just say let's hear that sentence again?
He was arrested for being caught in bed with his pants down with a 4-year-old child.
Can you imagine saying that sentence out loud and then uploading it to the internet? He was caught with his pants. I can't even say it like that. Chantal, please get some help. Talk to somebody. Talk to a real licensed doctor, please. You need intensive psychotherapy.
And when he was being arrested because he was on meth, and she has the nerve to say that I'm a crackhead, you had kids with a meth head and a pedo. He had a heart attack and died. So after they knew about, she didn't know, apparently. She's saying that he was a pedophile. Fine, that might be true.
I'm sure it's true. I don't know any women. Well, listen, I know some women would stay with a pedophile, but personally, I don't think anyone I know would ever stay with someone who did that ever. They would live on the street rather than stay there. Yaba doesn't seem like the kind of person that is gonna just let someone do that to their children. Doesn't seem like the kind of person. So, but Chantal likes to imply things. And what's the worst thing somebody could be? A pedophile, right? Or a rapist, like your husband. So again, Yaba must have known, right? Fuck off, Chantal.
But the hypocrisy is that this woman has called me a pedophile before. Anyway.
Because you posted an underage child's penis to your YouTube live stream. And then when someone told you he was underage, like, there's nothing young about him. You're more of a pedophile than you're claiming she is. So I don't think Yaba ever had ever posted underage porn? I don't think so.
After he passed away, her and her wife wrote this man a glowing 2-page obituary. A Nobel Peace Prize winner wouldn't even have.
Okay, I have not seen this one. Jesse was enormously proud of his children and was present, involved in supporting father. Jesse. All right, I don't know why I'm reading this.
Such
Sorry.
a glowing obituary. Look, there are tons of reaction channels reacting to these clowns. These women are big lol cows, so I agree you should have them on your channel as lol cows, lol cow queens, but they should cam up before they talk shit, okay? FFG looks like Tina. Tina looks like what FFG will be in 20 years.
Okay, you insulting the person that he's building his show around, Tina, it's not going to help you, right? Like, they love Tina, clearly. She is their clown. So why are you even trying to insult her? Oh, God, you're fucking stupid.
And Yabba's a rabid chipmunk hillbilly. So they wrote him a glowing obituary. They put the child's name in the obituary. Is that not sick? Or am I dreaming?
Did you just show the obituary? Usually when you write an obituary, it's got the list of the family members, right? That's what an obituary is. Sorry, Shantel, that's what it is. What someone chooses... Listen, I'm not even going to get into this. She's a fucking idiot.
Is this the Twilight Zone or what? Then, furthermore, when everyone was talking shit about her baby daddy, her current wife, Yabba's current wife, made a tweet saying to put some respect on the man's name because he was a war veteran. I don't give a fuck. So if that's not completely dismissing the fact that he's a PDF file and asking to respect a PDF file, but yet you complain that I fucking defend Cyrax? I never defended Cyrax for being a PDF file. I didn't really know fully the whole lore with Cyrax.
Again, plausible deniability. That is Chantel's middle name. She always wants to claim she didn't know. She knows more about what's going on in our lives than we do. Honest to God. It's fucking weird.
All I kept seeing was popping up that this guy Marty was live stream after, and like Wings even said himself, he told Marty like, hey, like cut this shit out, you know, because he does the worst. He goes really, really low.
Just like you do. You just posted someone's obituary. Does anybody post your grandmother's obituary? No, they don't. Because it's a shitty thing to do, right? You're such a shit ball. You're just a ball of shit that just keeps growing bigger and bigger. And the more you eat, the bigger it gets. And now you're just like a bloated tick ready to pop. And this is her starting to pop. I think her buttons are popping now. She's ready to like that.
That's why he did it all on live stream, what he did to my mom. And he incriminated, because he can't get me here. He incriminated himself, and I had to call the cops. They got the FBI involved. That's what happened. Fucking right. All I said was...
Yeah, you didn't care about your parents. She didn't give a shit about her parents, her mom getting harassed. She knows she was in Kuwait and she was safe. She's like, sorry, Mom, deal with it yourself.
One comment, and he couldn't handle it. I was talking about how I can't stand Marty, which I'm apparently not allowed to have that opinion, because of how he kept going after Cyrax. Like, we get it. That's all I said. Now that I know more about the lore, okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. I don't even have an opinion, and just whatever. What he did is gross, yes, of course. But anyway, I didn't write him a glowing obituary. You know, I didn't make a tweet saying put some respect on his name, did I? No, but you did that to a PDF file, the one that you had kids with. So before you come on panel and hide behind an avatar, you big fat cowards, just know that your skeletons are a lot more than mine.
I mean, if you want to talk about she had children with a pedophile, obviously she didn't know he was a fucking pedophile. I mean, honestly, come on, Shantel, just a little bit of common sense with that. Like, if that was Shantel and Shantel had gotten like say Salah was an actual rapist, would we fault Shantel even though she knows he's like that? Because now we know that he likes that kind of thing, right? Would we hold Shantel accountable for him raping a woman? I don't think so. I don't think we would. I don't think that's how that works, is it?
Especially in the past 2 years. I haven't done anything, like, other than tell them to F off here and there and call them see you next Tuesday. Yeah, that's not nice as a Muslim to do.
I think you told FFG that you were so glad that her mom had died, and you were so glad that she was going through that pain. You hope it lasts forever or something. And you called her mom worm food. That's just one thing you did recently. I mean, there's so many things, but you're just a mess. I can't even think right now.
And when I came on panel, I was more mad at myself for giving permission for people to view my picture as a Muslim. That's my whole point. So I felt violated because people were looking at my picture, which I think is just gross. You know, but that's my opinion. So, and I have a right to feel that way.
And so do we. Everyone has a right to their opinion. You don't have to listen to them. You could block them. You could mute them. You could just walk away. Or you could sit there and argue with them. The choice is yours. How you react to people being shitty to you is telling, right? She didn't have to make this video. If she, listen, she's not going to go on Keemstar. I don't think Salah is going to allow her to go back on there. I think he's going to say, if you go on there, we're done. And she's going to have an interesting choice to make if that's the case. Stay with this loser or go home and try to eke out some better life, because you don't want to fucking stay in Kuwait, do you? Do you really want to be traveling every few months at your size? You're just getting older and less like mobile. But yeah, just a thought.
I'm not pursuing any legal action or anything stupid. That's all lies. I never paid to be on the show. That's a lie also. I asked if it was, I didn't beg for money. I asked if it was a paid thing, because if you want me on the show regularly, like I had, what's her face? Links asking me if I wanted to do some shows on the Queens. Why would I do that for free? Like,
because that's how you network and people discover your channel and they become members, right? I did a video a few months ago on when the Dad Challenge podcast first did their first video on Shantel. I had just started and I saw the video and I was like, I'm going to react to this because this is interesting. And I did, and I got a ton of views. Like, people came to my channel, that I got a bunch of like subscriptions. I became monetized because of that video. Like, it wasn't at like thousands of views or anything, but I got a few thousand views on that video. And that to me was a lot because I'm just brand new here, you know? So it can happen. That's what it's like. Just network, talk to people. If you see content that's interesting, react to it. You could do reactions to things. It doesn't have to be girl world stuff. You can react to certain things, you know? There's options.
you know, sorry, but if you have to put up with Tina's loud mouth, would you not want to be paid? Friggin' right. So, anyway, I'm just moving on. They want my attention so bad, and I just have to not give it to them. I have to learn that, and I just wanted you to know who these people were.
And yet another video, she's never going to talk about it again. Okay.
Pretty much everything they said was bullshit. What is this shit about? You sounded so stupid, yeah, but like, you're not funny. Like,
she was hysterical.
It's embarrassing.
She's friends with your mom, isn't she, Shantel? That's fucking funny. We lost it last night. Oh my god.
I can't imagine, like, what the fuck they're gonna turn out like with parents like this. I'm sorry, but I would be mortified if my parents were online bullying fat people all day. And
your mom is embarrassed of you. Your sister's embarrassed of you. Your stepdad doesn't like you, and your dad wants something to do with you. Let's talk about people's kids. Okay. Again, I stand by the fact that I don't think Shantel has ever been pregnant. I don't think she ever could get pregnant. That is my opinion. If she wants to say she had abortions, I'm going to just use her words right against her. Where's the proof?
And making funkle jokes and talking about her finances, sex life, whatever, with no proof of anything. You're not in my bank account. Your fat ass is not in my bank account. It never will be. So keep speculating, but we all know that you had to buy a 7K printer on credit. And threatening to dox people? You threatened to dox your entire list of people who bought your merch, your shitty Temu tumblers, so shut the fuck up.
Excuse me. I have shared my address with Yaba for years, and she has never doxed me. Never. Never once. I've never.
Anyway, before I swear even more, I need a swear jar. My point is, yeah, I'm weird. I mostly did a lot of story times. Talked about my life very openly before. I'm not that person anymore, so
yeah, okay.
As you can see, I'm covered up now. I don't do any of the crazy things.
Congratulations, you got a bed sheet wrapped around you. You look like a fool. That's not wrapped properly around. You look like an idiot. You just look like I swear to God, if you put a thing over her face so you could just see her eyes, she'd look like an obese Arab man. That's what she would. If I saw that on the street, I would think that was an obese, fat Arab man. You're built like a fucking tank. You're covered, okay, and you're still a fucking terrible person.
That I used to do. But if my husband was with me for money, he would want me to be on the show. And he doesn't. he doesn't think it's good for me with the direction in life I'm going now, the person I want to become, and he's right. And it's not about control. It's about what's best for me. He's my husband.
When are you going to become this person? And let's not even talk about the video she posted. I'm giving my husband complete control, or whatever the fuck she said. Like, now it's not about control. No. You don't have access to your own finances, you loser.
And he looks out for me. Whatever. He's more than proven himself to me since, and he's a wonderful providing person. And what they say about the money just doesn't make sense if you look at it in that perspective, that if it was about money, he would be pimping me up to your show. 100%. So I came on your show. I partook in the behavior that is not my life anymore, and I regretted it, and I was mad at myself.
Again, I feel like Salah is standing behind the camera, just like this, like threatening, like, you better do this video. I just got like terrorist video vibes. I don't know why.
Your show is what it is. Keep doing you, whatever. But that's just my opinion. Passing around a woman's genitalia and laughing at it just tastes really bad for a man to do. And yeah, that's just my opinion. So that's, yeah. Also, there's a lot of reaction channels who react to these two sows. The Gaining Ground, Yo Mama is hilarious. You should have him on your show.
Yo Mama embarrassed the fuck out of himself, and so did Belinda yesterday. There were like two morons who were like, everyone's watching the basketball game, right? And then these two idiots are trying to get everybody to focus on like the mascot, and no one cares what they're saying, and they're just like shouting and no one's listening. Yo, like, think about this. Think about, now that I know what Belinda looks like, and we know what Yo Mama looks like, and the Gaining Ground, it's like, God, someone has to make a cartoon, please. I don't have the time to draw that much right now, but please, please, please. Yo Mama, Gaining Ground, and Belinda. Can you imagine those three people? Fuck, that is funny.
To roast these women, but he probably won't want to, but you should watch his streams.
He's too much of a pussy.
What else? They're bigger lolcows than me at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I will not be entertaining these idiots anymore.
Sure.
I watched...
You said that this morning, and then you did a 4-hour live stream, and then you're back again. So, okay.
What I watched on Hekate's daughter's stream, and I was actually surprised that it didn't trigger me. They just sounded like fools. Like, they had no... The things they were bringing up are so stupid. There's no proof. There's no base for anything.
There's all the video evidence in the world out there if you need it.
It just goes on and on, you know. But I did show you some proof of their degeneracy and their ugly mugs, and I suggest that they cam up because, again, if you are going to talk shit about people's looks, you 100% should cam up. How is that fair? You know? So that's something I have on these idiots. I'm not ashamed of myself. I don't have low self-esteem, honey. It's funny that Yaba says I need attention and I have low self-esteem when you don't even have the self-esteem to show yourself on your own live streams. How do you do reactions without your face? Loony. Unbelievably hypocritical.
So anyway, those of us that show our face, are we exempt from this hatred? I mean, I show my face, like it or not. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know? So do we get a pass? Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm done talking about these tards. I just don't, I can't. I don't have the time of day.
Nice.
And that's even saying something because I really don't have much going on in my life, but I'd rather sit with my thumb up my ass than entertain these people. That's more productive for me. So I'm going to go back to doing that. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Great still. So that was her response to the Keemstar thing. Like I said, I don't think that Salah is going to let her go back on that panel. I think if she does go back on there, I think that's pretty much over with them. I think I think he's seen it by now. He's seen all of the antics that she did. I'm glad that at least FFG and Yaba got to go on last night. Super disappointed in that show. I did not want to wait 2+ hours to hear them for 5 minutes. I knew they were going to pull Kybella on. I had a feeling. She was high. I think she did a good job after like the first couple of minutes where she just kind of fumbled and like left to get a drink. Anyway, I'm not really a big fan of hers. I think whatever, but she went on there and did the thing. Okay, whatever. But I wish they would have like let Yaba talk more, let FFG talk more, but whatever. I hope we don't have to go back and listen to that again, like with that panel, because those guys are like honk shoe. Anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. Again, thank you so much for coming last night. We had such a good time. We were laughing like crazy. Oh my God. I had to explain to him, my husband, about the Funkle thing. I did that. I muted the mic and did it. He was like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And let's see what the next video brings us. Have a wonderful day. Appreciate you all. Bye, guys.